Hello and welcome to Brilliant POV. California is known for its progressive policies and liberal politics. But even in the Golden State, there are plenty of controversial issues that spark fierce debate and divide opinions. From abortion to gun control, here are the top 10 most controversial political policies in California. Abortion. Abortion is a highly divisive issue in the United States, and California is no exception. Some people believe that abortion should be illegal except in cases of rape, incest, or when the life of the mother is at risk. These individuals may support policies such as parental consent laws, waiting periods, and limits on late-term abortions. Others believe that women have the right to choose whether to have an abortion, and that the government should not interfere in this decision. These individuals may support policies such as maintaining funding for Planned Parenthood and protecting access to abortion services. School vouchers. School vouchers are a type of education policy that allow families to use public funds to pay for private school tuition. Some people believe that vouchers give families more educational choices and can improve the overall quality of education, as they allow parents to send their children to schools that better meet their needs. These individuals may support policies such as expanding voucher programs and increasing funding for private schools. Others believe that vouchers drain resources from the public education system and disproportionately benefit more affluent families. These individuals may support policies such as increasing funding for public schools and maintaining strict separation between church and state. Immigration. There are a range of views on how to address illegal immigration in California and the United States more broadly. Some people believe that stricter border security measures and increased deportations are necessary to enforce immigration laws and protect national security. These individuals may support policies such as building a wall on the border, increasing funding for border patrol and immigration enforcement, and imposing penalties on businesses that hire illegal immigrants. Others believe that a pathway to citizenship should be provided for immigrants living in the country illegally, as they contribute to the economy and society. These individuals may support policies such as granting legal status to immigrants who meet certain criteria, such as paying back taxes and passing a background check. Gun control. Gun control is a highly controversial issue in the United States, with many people on both sides of the debate feeling strongly about their positions. Some believe that stricter regulations on gun ownership, such as background checks and bans on certain types of firearms, are necessary to reduce gun violence. These individuals may support policies such as mandatory background checks for all gun purchases, a ban on assault weapons, and raising the minimum age to purchase a gun. Others argue that these measures infringe on the right to bear arms and are not effective at reducing gun crime. These individuals may support policies such as expanding concealed carry laws and allowing teachers to carry guns in schools. Police reform. There have been ongoing protests and calls for reform in California and around the country in response to incidents of police brutality and racial profiling. Some believe that reforms such as increased accountability, diversity training, and body cameras are necessary to address these issues and build trust between law enforcement and the communities they serve. These individuals may support policies such as requiring police officers to undergo implicit bias training, establishing independent review boards to investigate allegations of misconduct, and making police disciplinary records publicly available. Others argue that these reforms unfairly demonize law enforcement and could undermine public safety. These individuals may support policies such as increasing funding for law enforcement and supporting Blue Lives Matter initiatives. Drug policy. Drug policy refers to laws and regulations governing the use, possession, and distribution of drugs. There is often disagreement over how to address issues related to drug abuse and addiction, such as whether to focus on treatment or punishment. Some people believe that drug addiction should be treated as a public health issue, and that individuals struggling with addiction should have access to rehabilitation and other forms of support. These individuals may support policies such as increasing funding for drug treatment programs, expanding access to naloxone, a medication that can reverse opioid overdoses, and reducing penalties for drug possession. Others argue that drug abuse is a personal responsibility and that harsh penalties, such as incarceration, are necessary to deter drug use and protect public safety. These individuals may support policies such as mandatory minimum sentences for drug offenses and expanding the use of drug courts. Gay marriage. The recognition of same-sex marriage has been a controversial issue in the United States, including in California. Some people believe that same-sex couples should have the same legal rights and privileges as heterosexual couples, and that denying them the right to marry is discrimination. These individuals may support policies such as legalizing same-sex marriage and providing equal benefits to same-sex couples. Others argue that marriage should be defined as between one man and one woman, and that same-sex marriage undermines traditional values and harms children. These individuals may support policies such as defining marriage as between one man and one woman in the state constitution, or supporting religious freedom laws that allow businesses to discriminate against same-sex couples. Assisted suicide. Assisted suicide refers to the practice of providing individuals with the means to end their own lives, typically through the prescription of lethal medications. Some people believe that individuals suffering from terminal illnesses or unbearable suffering should have the right to seek medical assistance in ending their lives. These individuals may support policies such as allowing doctors to prescribe lethal medications to terminally ill patients or establishing protocols for assisted suicide. Others argue that assisted suicide goes against the sanctity of life and could lead to abuses, such as pressure on vulnerable individuals to end their lives. These individuals may support policies such as banning assisted suicide or increasing access to palliative care. Voter ID laws. Voter ID laws are laws that require voters to present identification at polling places in order to cast a ballot. Some people believe that these laws are necessary to prevent voter fraud and ensure the integrity of elections. These individuals may support policies such as requiring voters to present a government-issued ID, such as a driver's license or passport, in order to vote. Others argue that voter ID laws disproportionately affect marginalized groups, such as low-income individuals and people of color, who may not have access to identification or may face barriers to obtaining it. These individuals may support policies such as allowing voters to use other forms of identification, such as utility bills or student IDs, or providing free ID to those who cannot afford it. Social welfare programs. Social welfare programs are government-funded initiatives that provide assistance to disadvantaged or low-income individuals, such as food stamps, housing assistance, and unemployment benefits. Some people believe that these programs are necessary to help ensure a basic standard of living for those who are struggling and to reduce poverty. These individuals may support policies such as increasing funding for social welfare programs or expanding eligibility. Others argue that these programs discourage personal responsibility and can create dependency on the government. These individuals may support policies such as stricter eligibility requirements or time limits on assistance. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe.